Hey guys, uh, my values and beliefs on women's leadership are pretty consistent across the board. I think that women should definitely be able to rise up and take leadership roles. I think within the last 100 years, we've had the right for women to vote, which means my grandparents were alive during the time when women weren't even allowed to vote, and now are potentially have the opportunity to have a female president. So I think we've made a lot of really big strides within the last 100 years, which really isn't that much time when you think about um, how old a lot of countries are across the world, and we're the country that's supposed to be the leader of the free world. So women's rights are a relatively new thing. I think within the domain of religion, which is a lot older and has a lot more tradition of men being dominant. I mean, it's only recently that women have been proven not to be inferior to men in any sort of way, whether it be cognitively. I don't believe that women um, have a less uh, any less relationship with God as a man can have. So I don't see why she shouldn't be able to teach the same values within the church or rise any of the ranks within the church. I think women should have rights and not be subjugated by a religion like in the Muslim faith, which we saw in the article we read about Saudi women from Saudi Arabia being able to participate in the Olympics, and there's a lot more examples of things where they need equality within that religion. But I think women definitely have the ability to share a faith and teach those values to young people, so that young girls, can see women in leadership roles within the church, within the government, Hillary Clinton becoming a president potentially. And it will give a lot of young women a lot of confidence, and uh, I think it would be a really big thing for equal rights and feminism in general, which I consider myself a feminist. So how does that differ from my views of women's role in sports? It doesn't differ at all, and I think that the book gave a really great example about uh, a girl that won a tennis championship, and they asked her opinion on Title IX, and she didn't know what Title IX was, and that's because she was born after Title IX was signed into action. And and I think most of us here fall into the same category where it's always been a part of our lives. I've had principals at my schools growing up that are women. I've had women athletic directors within my own family. My sister is a head softball coach at Palomar, and she's also the department chair. And so I've seen women perform jobs in the leadership roles throughout my life, and it doesn't affect how I view, well, I should say it does affect how I view women. I think that they can do an equal to the standard of men. And I think it's important for young girls to see women in those uh, sports sports leadership roles, just as it is for them to see them in the role of the church, so that they have a good uh, ideology and value within our culture, that women have the same value as men, and that no matter what it is, whether it's the church or sports or politics, that women should be treated equal within our country and within the world, and that's why we have all these organizations. So those are what I believe are true, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. All right, thanks.